I recently read that the NRCC, the campaign arm of the House Republicans, advised members of Congress not to hold in-person town hall meetings. And their reasoning? Progressive activists might show up and make them look bad. Apparently, these activists are too confrontational, too aggressive, and just out to embarrass politicians. Speaker Mike Johnson even called them professional protesters. Now let's just assume for a second these activists are professional protesters. Maybe they're paid. Maybe they're coordinated and rehearse and organize. But let me ask you this. Aren't members of Congress supposed to be professional politicians? Educated, experienced, highly skilled at communication. Hey, they even draw a salary, right? They're professionals. Are we really electing leaders who can't handle a few fired up constituents? Look, I'm not saying every elected official needs to stand there for hours while someone screams at them about a conspiracy theory. And obviously meetings should have structure. No one gets to hijack the mic and turn it into their own personal TED Talk. But if you're so afraid of dealing with your own voters that you need to actively avoid them, maybe you shouldn't be in Congress to begin with. Or at least take a public speaking course or a communications course. Hell, a de-escalation course might be in order. Because let me tell you, the longer you stay in politics, the more people are going to want to bend your ear. That's not a bug of the system. That's the whole point of it. That's how it's supposed to work. And this avoid the people mindset, it's not just Congress. It's everywhere. Local government, same problem. City councils, school boards, county meetings, officials are skipping out on tough conversations left and right. Why? Because people are angry and they are not professional enough to handle it. Yeah, some are radicalized, some are misinformed, and some are just passionately fed up. But if that's the excuse for shutting down discussion, then we've got a serious problem. Because passion, even when messy, isn't a reason to silence people. It's the reason to listen. So, instead of giving politicians advice on how to avoid their own voters, maybe the NRCC should be giving them workshops on how to handle difficult town halls. Train them how to run a civil, structured, respectful meeting where both constituents and their representatives are actually heard. Because one of the greatest forms of generosity is to listen. At the end of the day, the right to petition the government is literally in the First Amendment. And yet, politicians, the people with the actual power to make a difference, increasingly seem fine ignoring it. That's not just bad optics, that's bad leadership. Because if you don't want to hear from the people you represent, why exactly are you representing them?